Hey guys, it's Erik Thor here, and today we're talking about how people perceive you as an INFP. And the truth is, people perceive you however you want to be perceived. The truth is, personality comes from, the social mask that you put on to the outer world. Your character and your personality are two separate things. That means you have a character, which are things that you do for yourself, no matter how other people see you, and because you want to do it for yourself. And personality is what you do for other people. So if other people need you to be a certain way or to do things a certain way, it's more than possible for you as an INFP to do these things. So what is the persona of the INFP, and what kind of persona or social attributes can INFPs get? Well, first of all, INFPs can be seen as highly driven at work. Yes, that's true. INFPs, their stereotype of being procrastinating slackers aside, can be extremely work-oriented and work-centric at work. And that means if you want to, at work, you can manifest strong extroverted thinking for those specific situations. Of course, it will be stressful for you to do this, and of course, it will take energy for you to do this. So you'll need to have breaks, and you'll need to be able to enjoy play and relaxation after work. But at work, it's more than possible to manage stress and to be extremely dutiful and work oriented and to be project oriented and goal oriented. Now, this is not who you are as an INFP. The truth is, as an INFP, you probably don't really care about goals. The truth is actually, work and all those things don't really matter to you. The truth is, what you want for yourself, what you care about, what's important to you, is completely different to the social you that you might have developed for the outer world. And most people will fall themselves into a certain mask, and often our mask is the opposite of who we want to be or who we really are. So whatever mask or face that you show to the outer world is often there in order to kind of give you space. And so often, interestingly, what I found is the people that have very strong personas and social identities often can be very private with their personal self. Take me, for example. I'm here and on YouTube, I talk fast and I'm engaging and positive, but I have my own space, I have my own room, I have my own private life, and I'm very different in my private life than how I am on camera. Now, the fact that people have these two different things are not necessarily unhealthy. The truth is, the fact that you're able to switch between and have a social face for the outer world and have a personal face is completely fine, as long as you choose for yourself who you want to be and what face you want to present to the outer world. You being able to own your identity and how you come across is super important, and you being able to control your own perception and to define yourself is super important. That means you need to feel like you have chosen your personal actions and who you are at work, and you have chosen for yourself who you want to be and what role you want. So the question is, do you feel happy with your persona, with your mask, and who you are? Ideally, you want your mask, your persona, to accurately reflect who you really are in your private life, and you want it to match and give you what you need in terms of your personal intrinsic goals and needs. So whatever you want as an INFP on a personal level, whatever is the most accurate representation of you, whatever is that you are interested in, you want your work and your career to bring you closer to that and allow you to do that. So perhaps you are really passionate about becoming an artist. I know INFPs hate this word because most INFPs don't see themselves as artists. But just as an example, if you're really passionate about that, but you work a normal day job and your day job is completely opposite of what you really want to be doing, what can you do about that? Well, the first thing you can think about is just how can you make sure that your day job allows you to pursue your passion? And what that means is perhaps you'll say that, yeah, I like to go down in hours to 20 hours or 32 hours so that I have more time to focus on my personal hobbies and interests. And I want to make sure that my social responsibilities and duties at work don't become so overwhelming that I don't have any energy to do what I really want in my day-to-day life. So you want your persona to enable you to do what you want. So, for example, I want my job as a developer to enable me to be and do what I want at my job, well, here on camera, here on YouTube. And so we all have different masks, and often the fact is INFPs can have many different masks for different people. So sometimes with some people you can be extremely TE oriented and work oriented and project oriented. With other people you can be gentle and shy And, you know, the question is, who do you allow to see your true you? You know, who do you allow to see who you really are? And what do you do? And what is the most authentic version of yourself? No matter if you have a persona or not, it's very important that you know the difference between the true you and the you that you present to the outer world. You have to know and understand when there's a difference and a discrepancy behind this. And you have to know why it's a difference. Why are you being different in this situation compared to this situation? For what purpose and for what reason? Perhaps you need to be a good mother to your children, or a good parent or a dad. Perhaps you need to take on the role of a more responsible caregiving person to a friend who you know that is struggling and who is depressed. Perhaps you have a friend that is really messy and disorganized, and you need to be a bit more organized and responsible to help them out. And so in different situations you'll find that different things are asked of you and needed from you. And so your goal here is to be able to set your own boundaries. Essentially, do I like being this or filling this role for this person? Am I okay with this? Do I feel good having this role or this identity for this person? Say you're hanging out with a friend that's 15 years younger than you and who looks up to you as a mentor, you know. Are you okay with being a mentor for this person? And what does it feel for you? And what needs does that give you? And what do you get from that situation? Different friends will give you different things. With some people you can be very creative and you can have a lot of fun, but you might not be able to talk openly about your feelings. With some people you can talk openly about your feelings, but it can be harder to talk about creative subjects because they're less creative. And so you'll find with different people you can be a different person. You can express different parts of yourself. Your persona is what allows you to adjust who you are and what you do to different people. And because personality is a social thing, it is something we construct and negotiate together with other people, with the group and with our co-workers, your boss, your family. You know, different people will allow you to be a different person. So also being able to choose your own friends is super important. Choosing friends that make you, allow you to be your best version of yourself, rather than people that force you to be weak or submissive or meek. So consider also how you're able to be yourself with other people. And when people tell you, oh, you're stop being so shy, or stop being so stupid, or stop being so illogical, you know, when people come down with you on judgment and things like this, really question if they have your best interest in mind. You know, really take a moment to think about, does this person want me to be happy? Does this person want me to grow? Why are they saying this? Why are they doing this? You know, and be very aware of, you know, how other people see you, because the truth is, how other people see you says a lot more about them and who they are than about who you are. So if people tell you you're a different type or that you're mistyped, well, I think you want to consider where that person is coming from, because you're a different person to that person than who you are to yourself. And our personality is always a negotiation. So also understand that the other person comes from a different perspective, background and experience. And so they get to see a different version of you. And while you should try to share, and while you might try to be as honest as possible with people, it's sometimes difficult and people don't always immediately get it. So sometimes people also need time to really understand who you are and to really understand how you think and how you talk and how you process things. So yeah, people will perceive you in many different ways. The most important thing is, how do you perceive yourself? Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next video.